All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with some celebrity news. This past Wednesday, earlier in the early hours between 4 and 6 a.m., rapper T.I. was arrested for disorderly conduct and something else. Oh, I think public drunkenness, something like that. Anyway, it's so many stories. Here's the one that sounds somewhat viable. It is said that T.I. was returning home, I guess after a night out. He was a bit drunk. He didn't have his pass key to get into his gated community. He went to the security gate, the security guard stand, I guess, or whatever, and he had to wake up a sleeping guard who refused to let him in. Now, on some of the reports, it's saying that the guard didn't recognize him as T.I., and he ended up calling up to Tiny's house, where she said that, T.I. was supposed to be there and to let him in. And in one of the stories, you hear that the guard let him in, but he decided that he wasn't having it. He felt some kind of way about the guard not immediately recognizing him, and he went back down to the security area to inquire about the man's credentials. And the man didn't want to give it to him, and he felt threatened, so he called the police. Then on one of the stories, it's like I'm hearing they say that the guy didn't recognize him, the security guard, and T.I. was getting kind of crazy with him, and he eventually called one of his homeboys to come over. And when the homeboy got there, he was trying to explain that he did live there and that, he should let T.I. gain access to his home, right? And the security guard felt threatened, so he called the police, and T.I. was arrested for, like I said, disorderly conduct and public drunkenness. And the friend got arrested because he had some warrants. That shit sound crazy as hell to me. Now, first of all, was that a temporary security guard? Was he new? What was the deal? Because you would think that if he lives there, which we know he lives there, you would think that the security guard would have seen him before, unless he's new or he's a stand-in for the night. Secondly, why you sleep on the job? Now, it's plenty of people that work third shift. To get your rest during the daytime hours. We understand that the body is the body's accustomed to sleeping at a certain hour, but you on the job, so why you sleep? Your job is secure these people home, and you in the booth sleep. And you ain't just that kind of sleep where a person say bruh, and you get up, or tap the window or whatever, and you wake immediately up. He had to wake you up, meaning you was in a deep sleep. How secure is that? I don't feel secure with no shit like that. And I lived in a gated community once. If I'd have ever rolled down through there and called, what his name was, Miguel or whatever his damn name was, I think it was. If I'd ever caught his ass asleep, I would have called in on his ass. I'd have took a picture and everything. Because it's your job to make sure things stay. They pay you nicely in most gated communities to sit there and secure these people's home, make sure that there's no disturbances around the complex. So why the hell is you sleep, bruh? And are you new? And why he went to jail for, well, I guess because he acted a fool. Could be. I don't know. This whole story just sounds crazy. Anyway, he was taken down, detained, and then he was released. And as we know, he got out in time enough to be able to celebrate his son's major birthday, which was this past Wednesday. In fact, yesterday was Candy's birthday. Happy birthday to Candy and Lil Major. But I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. I just got a lot of questions, y'all. I guess, first of all, it's so many damn different stories out there. You don't know what is what. And then I got questions like, is the security guard, because see, if he's new, then I can understand why he wouldn't know who he is. But even if he didn't know who he was, when he called Tiny and she said that, yeah, that's my husband, he's supposed to be here, why was there any resistance on that security guard part? Or did it actually happen to where he called Tiny, she okayed it, and the guy let him in, and he decided he wasn't pleased that it had to go that way. You know, he be having short man issues and shit, short man syndromes. He be wanting to flex his nuts. So is it possible that he did go back to the security entrance and inquire about the man's credentials, and the man got scared and just called the police? Because I hear in Georgia that if a person makes you feel fear or anything like that, even though they don't physically touch you, it can be considered a simple assault. I don't know. That was kind of it's so many questions. I just got so many questions, people. I got so many questions. But anyway, child, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Second story we're going to talk about is Married to Medicine's Quad and Dr. G. They look like they headed down the road to divorce. It was reported yesterday that the Quad had filed for divorce. Now, my question is, who ain't see that shit coming? Them people, it looked like the whole season last season, Quad was building a case. I don't know that she really was, you know, but that's what I got out of it. It's like he was trying to meet her halfway, and she really wasn't trying to hit that shit. And then another thing I think that man held against Quad is the fact that she didn't want to have no kid. Now, she said she wanted children. She just wanted to have children when they were in a better place, which is smart on her part, because oftentimes these women will get pregnant and bring a child into this world thinking that it's going to improve relations between herself and their husband, and it's just not the case. You get that shit straight first, then you bring a child into the situation. I think that Quad knew this man wanted a baby from the jump. She agreed to it, and when she married him and this show came about, then she got her little co-host situation going over there at the Sister Circle. Quad no longer wanted to have children anymore. She not right now. She want to be, you know, the fabulous Quad. That's what she want to do right now. So I'm not surprised that they're getting a divorce. Now, it said that the divorce is contested, meaning that somebody ain't agreeing to something on one of the terms and conditions that have been set up. I don't know if it's on her side or it's on his side, but I'm not surprised that, you know, this has happened. I'm not. I expected this actually a little bit sooner than what it actually has happened. But, you know, I don't know that normally I'd be like, you know, I hope they can work things out and find their way back to each other. No. The way that situation was all last season, maybe it's the best thing for them that they do divorce each other, because ain't no sense in you staying in something that makes you unhappy. And I knew he was checked out when, you remember on the reunion show, it came out that he had went to a hotel with this woman and chickened out. He didn't have sex with her, but he did leave her in that room, and she was able to determine the next day upon checkout that she had actually been with Dr. Greg, and she had contacted him trying to extort money from him. So, you know, that kind of, to me, kind of solidified the fact that they wasn't going to be together too much longer. So I'm not surprised that this came to pass, but it is kind of sad. I think that sometimes reality TV just ain't for you when you married and you want your marriage to work. It seems like reality TV tears a relationship apart. It really do. I don't know. I don't believe in too many superstitions and shit. But that's one I based off what I've seen. Reality TV puts a lot of extra pressure on your relationships, and I don't think a lot of these people can stand the rain. That's what I feel like. But that was all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to give y'all my opinions on that before I be out for the weekend. I thank you all, my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the family. Feel free to, you know, be yourself and express yourself freely here. The only thing that I ask is that you have it within you to be able to agree to disagree, because sometimes we're not going to always agree. It might not even be me that you disagree with, but down in the comments, we all family here, so we don't disrespect each other in no kind of way. Okay? That's all I ask. This is a grown folks channel. This is a positive channel. You can speak your piece, but just be respectful in doing so. That's it. Now, I'll be back Tuesday. I'll be back down here Tuesday talking shit and swallowing spit on camera. But this week I have this weekend they have a walk for the cure in honor of Lupus Awareness Month. And this is my first time. I'm going to try to get in the walk, y'all. I'm going to try. Well, I ain't going to try. I'm going to do it, I put that in the atmosphere. I'm going to do it. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to be leaving town, and I will be back on Tuesday. I'm going to give me a little relaxation, because my ass is tired. This has been a very stressful week. Graduation for my grandson, finals for me. It's just been a long week. Work, child, I was trying to rule the world. Shout out to Miss Honey. But anyway, that was all. That's all I feel like talking about. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this shit. That's kind of, ain't that some shit? Child. I was going to talk about old girl from the park over there in California that felt like she was going to start some shit with the black folks because, she wasn't feeling them freely being in the park barbecuing and they got her ass all the way together. Them memes or something else, y'all. I've been hollering all week. Every chance I get to get on social media and y'all done created another meme on that woman, I be hollering. Do you hear me? Oh, it's such a funny thing, honey. Child, barbecuing while black. That's all I can say. But anyway, child, that was all I felt like talking about. See you guys back on camera on Tuesday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be good to yourself and to others if you can, and try to get you some fun in for the weekend. Girl, it's hot as hell. I was ready for it to get a little bit warmer, but child, it looked like Satan just opened his mouth and he just breathing down on the south. It's so goddamn hot, unreal, which ain't good for a person with lupus. But I'm hanging tough. I know how much to do and how little to do. Anyway, remember the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, share this video wherever it is you share videos. And I'll see you guys back Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend.